it's Nintendo Sony Free 2011 here, aka Manny Wolverine. You guys are Wrestling Drews and Natural Swords' channel. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, B-Street, Brighteon, Odyssey, Rumble, any other social media platform you guys think of. Of course, Telegraph and Parlors too. Well, anyways, links to description box down below to all of all three of the freaking tracks I end up playing on this thing. It's probably gonna be way more than that. Because I think it's the first time I ever talk about freaking what's this called? This right here. I'm surprised because I've always played the Sony PS2, PS3 games so many times in my life, but like I think Little Big Planet was like one of the few actual like PS3 back in the day. Like those games, I've never actually got a chance to play any of the freaking Little Big Planet games back in the day. I played a few demos and samples of it back in the day, but I never actually played the full game. It seemed like a super fun obstacle, like an side scroller, sort of like side scrolling adventure platformer game I would have got into, but unfortunately I just never got the chance to play it. So sadly I don't have too much nostalgia with this thing. I had very small, microscopic, tiny little super tiny, small little like memories of this thing, unfortunately. So from the Mary Sue, I rarely read from this. This is like maybe the third or fourth time I've ever read from this article place before. I don't like reading it. Oh yeah, there it is. Tencent table $1.3 billion takeover for Sackboy. Freaking Sackboy, the one that was in all the Little Big Planet games. They're buying them out. Kind of sucks ass, not gonna lie. Anyways, this is our exclusive first look at the book trailer. DC's I'm the Starfire shows that good parental intentions don't always end well. All of the colleagues, or this is colleges. Well, this is colleagues. I don't know why. Well, anyways, let's begin. This is it's from Brianna Lawrence. So unfortunately, I gotta get credit's due there, even though I don't want to give any credit at all. But whatever. I'm only gonna read half of this article. I'm not reading this whole entire thing. It's super long ass to digest. I know the latest update came out like 4 days ago, and I'm real late on this thing, but I wanted to rant and bullshit and complain about something because it's been a while since I ran anything about like Marvel or DC. It's been a very long ass time since probably like I guess Disney's The Mandalorian, since they own that and Marvel, so I guess that kind of counts to a certain extent. So anyways, let's begin. So it says we're just a couple weeks away before the release of I Am Not Starfire. DC's coming up YA graphics, I think it's young adult graphics, novel that focuses on Mandy, Starfire's daughter. Mandy is that exact opposite of her bright and dazzling mother, something she's reminded of every single day, since she's the daughter of the infamous Teen Titans, and there are certain expectations placed on her, on top of her regular teenager pressures like picking a college. Have you gone to college yet? Unquote. It also goes on to say, written by oh man, I looked at the pictures of this chick. She is a very big ass, like social justice warrior, cancel culture looking piece of shit. Looks like one of those fucking asshole pieces of garbage you just want to punch in the fucking goddamn face and beat the living hell out of, in my personal opinion. You know, of course I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna go to prison for any of these motherfuckers. I'm just saying. Anyways, but aside from that, yeah, I looked at the picture she had. Oh gosh, she looks like one of those real nasty ass. Like, all men are bad, and white people are all like privileges. She literally looks like one of these SJW clones of that Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu's looking third wave feminism cunt motherfuckers. They just want to. Oh god, want to do a lot of freaking nasty things, but I can't say it on YouTube because I'm gonna let them think, oh, you're an evil fucked up person for saying it. Not gonna lie, I would beat their living ass to the ground. If it was legal, they would be gone. They would never be on this earth again. But let's move on. It says, written by Eisner Award winner author Marioko Tamaki, the nastiest scumbag looking pieces of shit on the planet. I'm not gonna lie. This is Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, and artist Yoshi Takanaki, I think that's how you say it. Satania and the House of Secrets are two bringing us of a coming-of-age story about relationships and self-discovery. We got an exclusive look at the book trailer before the upcoming graphic novel. And before to begin, I was originally going to talk about this. Fortunately, how Take-Two Interactive Studios, they're starting to shut down a lot of GTA 5 fake, like fan-made modded maps out there. So if any people are modification people or modders out there, if you want your GTA 5 map to still be up, man, you better save it on a backup drive disk or something, or a teraflopper thing or whatever. some sort of gigs of RAM like memory case, because they're getting ready to shut down their shit really quick. So just a word of caution out there. I was going to talk about in this video, but unfortunately, wouldn't have enough time. So I might do it tomorrow. But then I still want to do a reaction to that thing that came out last week. And I heard there was like a brand new thing about Netflix too. Not sure if I want to do a reaction to that because I had a lot of negative ass reviews on that. But let's move on. So it says 17-year-old Mandy daughter of Starfire is not like her mother. Starfire is gorgeous, tall, sparkly, and a hero. Mandy is not a sparkly superhero. Mandy has no powers and is a kid that dyed her hair black and hates everyone but her best friend Lincoln. To Starfire, which is from another planet, Mandy seems like an alien, like some sort of distant, angry, light years away moon. And it's possible that Mandy is even more distant lately ever since she's walked out on her SATs, which, yes, her mom doesn't know. Everyone thinks Mandy needs to go to college and become whoever you become at college, but Mandy has other plans. Mandy's big plan is that she's going to move to France and do whatever people do in France, but then everything changes when she gets her partnered with Claire for a school project. Mandy likes Claire even if she denies it heartily and intensively a lot. I'm not surprised. How do you even become a person when you're supposed to be... Oh, wow. You're supposed to know... You're supposed to be the only thing you want, and da-da-da-da. Oh, when you're sure it is what the... When you're sure of it is what you want or not. I have no idea if I read that right or wrong, but I probably fucked that up or whatever. Let's continue. When someone from Starfire's past arrives, Mandy must stop and make a choice. Giving up the battle has never ever begun. Oh, giving up before the battle has even begun. That's what I meant to say. Or step into the unknown and risk everything to save her mom. I'm Not Starfire is a story about teenagers and as aliens knowing where you come from and where you're going to about you and your mothers. And you guys can read the whole thing here. Like, I already read most of it already. This thing is trash, man. Absolute garbage. Probably one of the worst things I've seen so far. When I saw the 41-second trailer for it, it sounded like it was trying to be like something like, I don't know, back in the day. I shouldn't even compare it to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It kind of like, she gave that Scott Pilgrim vs. the World attitude with like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and Invader Zim sort of like goth emo scenester sort of chick, except the only difference with this one, she don't look nothing like the goth emo scenesters when I used to go to high school, my sophomore, junior, senior, when the whole goth emo scenester, screamo girls or scenester chicks was a thing. They looked literally almost a billion times better like Starfire. This is how a lot of them look like. They look like some super hot, sexy, gorgeous pieces of ass back in the day. And they look like some ugly, old, fat, ugly pieces of shit like this. And that's not me going fat shaming, body shaming, because at the time I was a little bit overweight myself, and I still am too. I'm like 287 pounds, but you know what? Different for me because I'm a man. As a male, some of us males, in my personal opinion, we don't really give a shit about being a super fat ass piece of garbage or skinny, anorexic, bulimic mother effer, man. I know I should have said EA or DA or Anna because, YouTube doesn't like that thing, just like the virus word. But I don't give a shit, but whatever. You guys can read the rest after this. I'm done with it. It's just nasty, disgusting propaganda. It's just more SJW. Like, it makes a lot of the LGBTQIA people look really bad, too. Really, really bad. But let's move on. So it says, what I like most about these pages is that it's clear Starfire isn't purposely making it difficult for Mandy. She clearly is trying in her cute way, very Starfire way, because, quote, perhaps you wish for the egg rolls, lol, oh Starfire. It's just because what Mandy is interested in, but Mandy doesn't know doesn't know how to go about telling her mother that. Starfire has an idea about what Mandy's life should be, and when your mom is the symbol of pure optimism, it's hard to tell her no. Starfire and Mandy aren't malice towards each other, or they just don't know how to express their feelings. I'm sure that the appearance of a certain evil gauntlet, I think that's how you say it, aunt, will push them in the right direction, though I suspect that Mandy is going to think that Flatfire is kind of cool at first. It looks like this is going to be the first time Mandy ever met the side of her family. I'm wondering if Starfire ever told her about Blackfire and Tamaran. Talk about an awkward family reunion. Yeah, overall thoughts and opinions is... I looked at the 43-second trailer. It's complete fucking garbage. I'm glad I didn't do a reaction to this thing because It is really, really shit. It's fucking goddamn nasty. It's fucking stupid. It makes the old school first wave feminist women look like garbage. And yeah, it, and then like it makes the LGBTQIA community like everyone that makes them look like, oh, they're all overweight and they don't work out and they don't eat healthy and shit either, which is kind of sad to be honest. Very bad stereotype in that part. So I don't know who the fuck that comic book is for, but whoever it's for, it did a really bad effing job. I'm just saying. So yeah, Tencent. This is another sad thing. Oh, I really wish I didn't have sad news. This one's a little bit better, but not that great. Tencent tables $1.3 billion takeover of Sackboy developer Sumo Digital. This comes from Sammy Baker from Push Square. So it says Chinese juggernaut Tencent. Tencent, my god, freaking Tencent, bro. Not gonna lie, right now, compared to freaking what was it called? The one that Tim Sweeney owns, the one that created Fortnite and everything like that. I forgot the name of what it's called. Epic Games. And that's even worse than Epic Games. But let's move on. So 1.27 billion for British. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Sumo Digital, which has been accepted, means that assuming that there's no unforeseeable complications, that Sackboy, a big adventure maker, will become a subsidiary of WeChat app owners. This is looking real bad because they're probably going to censor the living crap out of everything on that stuff. And like I said, I didn't have a real huge nostalgia for it. I only got a microscopic memories of nostalgia for Little Big Planet 1 and 2. I never played the original games. I wish I did, as it looked like a really good side-scrolling. Even though I had a lot of puzzles in it, I still would have felt like I would have been a very classic nostalgia game for me to play in the PS3 era. And let's move on. I mean, he's going to be in PS5 too, so I'm not surprised. This isn't the conglomerate's first foray, I think so you say it, into the video games. It also owns Riot Games and has stakes in it like Epic Games and Donalot. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Don't Nod. Among many others. The Sumo Group, which compromises a number of differences for the UK studios, UK and abroad, will retain its current leadership beyond the proposed buyout, with Carl Cavers, hopefully I'm saying that right, setting a stay in the bosses as, quote, the opportunity to work with Tencent is just one we couldn't miss, he said. After founding some of the studio 18 years ago, he's going to regret working with them because they're going to censor the living shit out of every single thing that the developers want to do for any of the Little Big Planet games in the future. They're going to have to go through Chinese bullshit communism Marxism to do, and they're probably not going to let them make any more decisions ever again for the developers, and that's going to be a bitch. Let's move on. In addition to developing its own intellectual properties like Snake Pass and Hot Shot Racing, Sumo Digital has also partnered up with extensive publishers like Sony, working in games such as Little Big Planet 3. Tencent's takeover shouldn't in theory, obstruct development of Sackboy. The Big Adventure sequel is not like the Chinese organization has its own console support after all. However, this is the second major UK-based developer acquired by an international organization in 2020 alone. Following the U.S. publisher EA's takeover of the Codemaster each year. Once again, overall thoughts and opinions, this is some dangerous hot water they're playing with a Chinese company like Tencent. They're going to get screwed in the ass if they don't break off with them immediately, in my personal opinion. But let's go on to the final little big final bit of this video real quick. I'm not going to be able to do my outro again because it took too long on that Starfire shit. So it says, Nintendo denies it will increase profits with Switch OLED. No plans for other models at this time. Got a credit card is due, Ryan Craddock. So, I'm just going to read this part and I'm done here. So that's it. So, Nintendo has issued Switch OLED. Fucked up there, yeah. Issued a statement regarding the claims that it's set to make an increased profit with the Switch OLED, which compared to the standard model, describing them as incorrect. The post addressing its investors and customers on social media in the morning references to Bloomberg report. Oh, you know it's a serious thing if they're talking about it on Bloomberg and Wall Street and shit, but let's move on. Who claimed that the Switch OLED's manufacturing comes out around $10 per unit, meaning that Nintendo is improving their profit margins, says Nintendo full message. It says the full news report July 15 GST time claimed that profit margin Nintendo Switch OLED would increase in compared to Nintendo Switch and ensure correctly understanding our investors and customers that we We make clear the claims that were incorrect. We also want to clarify, as just announced, Nintendo Switch OLED will launch in October 2021. It has no plans and no launching date. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I wish Nintendo would do better, like how they did with the Steam Deck, but whatever. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fans. Talk. Please sound like Soccer, ladies and bye. See you on the flip.